War no longer waits for human judgment. In Gaza, an AI-driven targeting system reportedly generated kill lists of more than 37,000 individuals, with human operators approving lethal strikes in under 20 seconds. In Ukraine, autonomous and semi-autonomous drones are now responsible for nearly 80% of battlefield casualties. These decisions aren't delayed by fatigue, emotion, or debate. They happen instantly, algorithmically, relentlessly. This isn't a future scenario or speculative technology. Artificial intelligence has already crossed the line from battlefield support to direct influence over life and death outcomes, operating faster than any military command structure in history. The turning point came in 2017. In April, the U.S. Department of Defense launched Project Maven, designed to accelerate the use of machine learning for intelligence analysis and targeting. Just months later, China released its new generation artificial intelligence development plan, explicitly naming AI as a pillar of national security and military dominance. Then Vladimir Putin made the stakes unmistakable. Whoever leads in AI will rule the world. But the most consequential shift happened almost unnoticed. In June 2017, Google researchers published a paper introducing transformer architecture, the foundation for modern large language models like ChatGPT and Claude. This single breakthrough transformed AI from a rare, state-controlled asset into a scalable, adaptable tool. Warfare changed overnight. Previously, advanced military AI required enormous budgets, custom infrastructure, and superpower status. Now, even mid-tier nations and non-state actors can license commercial models and tailor them for surveillance, targeting, and autonomous systems. The numbers reflect this shift. Global military AI spending surged from $4.6 billion in 2022 to $9.2 billion in 2023, and projections estimate $38.8 billion by 2028. The barrier to entry collapsed. Foundation models gave technology companies unprecedented power in defense. Today, executives from Meta, OpenAI, and Palantir sit inside the U.S. Army's Innovation Corps. National security now depends on private sector business decisions. The theory became reality fast. Ukraine uses Palantir's Meta Constellation platform, combining satellite imagery with classified intelligence. During the liberation of Kherson, this system enabled precision long-range strikes by accurately mapping Russian positions in real time. Israel deployed two AI systems called Lavender and Gospel. According to 6 Israeli intelligence officers, Lavender marked 37,000 Palestinians as suspected militants for assassination. The system had a 10% error rate. Officers admitted they treated AI outputs as if they were human decisions, sometimes approving targets in just 20 seconds. The system's former commander stated that Gospel could produce 100 bombing targets daily, while human analysts might produce 50 yearly. During early operations, sources claimed Israel permitted killing 15 to 20 civilians for every junior operative Lavender identified. Meanwhile, China's People's Liberation Army uses DeepSeek's foundation model to autonomously generate military simulations. Russia aims to automate 30% of military equipment by 2025. In March 2020, a Turkish Kargu-2 drone in Libya reportedly killed a retreating fighter without explicit human command, possibly the first autonomous kill. Here's the core dilemma. Modern warfare happens faster than humans can process. The U.S. Army's Next Generation Command and Control program aims for something called decision dominance. The concept is simple but terrifying. Whoever processes battlefield data faster wins. Colonel Mike Kalustian stated it plainly. Whoever is able to sift through the amount of data available on the battlefield of tomorrow and use that information effectively to make decisions, that force is going to win war. There's no doubt about it. AI compresses decision cycles from days to minutes, sometimes seconds. Targeting algorithms now operate in timeframes that fundamentally challenge how law, ethics, and accountability work. The Army is developing systems using edge computing to process decisions faster than adversaries, right there in the dirt. But speed creates danger. A Stanford wargaming exercise revealed that AI language models without human supervision exhibited unpredictable escalatory behavior. When decisions happen in seconds, there's no time for diplomatic channels or reconsidering. One misinterpreted sensor reading could trigger responses that spiral beyond control before anyone realizes what happened. Forget individual drones. The future is swarms, hundreds or thousands of autonomous machines communicating and coordinating attacks. At least 11 nations have announced drone swarm programs, from Armenia to South Korea to China. Israel already used Elbit Systems' Legion X drone swarm against Hamas in May 2021. The drones searched for targets and relayed information to forces without individual human pilots. The technology proved effective enough that Britain ordered 5 autonomous swarms in 2022. Nearly a decade ago, the Naval Postgraduate School built a 50-drone swarm using commercial technology and Wi-Fi communication. Today, Russia's Geoscan sells a 10-drone starter kit for practicing swarm algorithms. The US has tested swarms of 40 drones, while DARPA says swarms of 1,000 are possible. China is preparing to test a drone mothership capable of releasing 100 drones simultaneously. The US Air Force is developing collaborative combat aircraft, costing up to $27.5 million each, designed to swarm alongside F-22 and F-35 fighters. These swarms can overwhelm defenses, attack from multiple directions, and reassign targets mid-mission based on changing conditions. Who's responsible when AI kills the wrong person? This question has no good answer. Algorithms have no legal personality. They can't form intent, stand before courts, or bear blame. When Israel's Lavender system failed with its 10% error rate, who was accountable? The analyst who accepted the recommendation in 20 seconds? The programmers who built the system? The intelligence officers who gathered the training data? The commanders who deployed it? International law requires clear attribution of responsibility during conflict. AI systems shatter this requirement because they act without human oversight. This creates what researchers call a moral buffer, distance between operators and consequences. In 2020, the U.S. Defense Department adopted 5 ethical principles: responsibility, equitability, traceability, reliability, and governability. But in 2025, President Trump revoked these guidelines, shifting toward deregulation to achieve global AI dominance. Currently, 129 nations want a legally binding agreement on autonomous weapons. Only 12 countries oppose it, including the United States, United Kingdom, Russia, and India. Meanwhile, the technology races ahead of any regulation. China's military-civil fusion model legally compels domestic companies to cooperate with state security when requested. This positions China to rapidly integrate civilian AI breakthroughs into military applications. President Xi Jinping made intelligentization an official goal for modernizing the People's Liberation Army by 2035. The United States counters with its third offset strategy, deploying AI technologies, robotics, and autonomous weapons to challenge China's Indo-Pacific presence. The competition intensifies daily, but this race creates a dangerous dynamic. Open-source foundation models can be easily repurposed for military use, lowering barriers for terrorist organizations and armed militias. Competitive pressure incentivizes a race to the bottom on safety standards. States deploy insufficiently tested systems to gain advantages over rivals. Technical vulnerabilities multiply. AI systems suffer from overfitting, training on limited data that doesn't match real combat complexity. Adversaries can corrupt training data, manipulate real-time inputs, or exploit backdoors in commercial models. A jammed signal, depleted battery, or cyber attack could render sophisticated systems useless, leaving forces unprepared to operate without them. The era of AI commanding battlefields has arrived. Machines already make life-and-death decisions in active conflicts. The question isn't whether this will happen, it's already happening. What do you think? Should humans retain final decision authority in warfare, or is speed more important than control? Share your perspective in the comments below.